This is Benny Pulley, behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. I'm here with Sheriff Austin Swing with the Bedford County Sheriff's Department, and we're glad to have you, Austin.
Thank you.
Yeah, and today we're going to go over mostly a lot of the reports that came out of what's happened in the county this past month, and we'll go over that, and then we'll have some other stuff to talk about.
All right, Benny. Well, thank you. I'm not going to go over every little thing, but maybe the high point stuff. Let me get my microphone close here.
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of laughing to myself. The mileage here is for the Bedford County Sheriff's Department in the month of July, this past month. They've got 59,438 with a question mark. So I guess that's somewhere in the ballpark anyway.
Yeah.
The total citations were 57. Total warrants served, 730. And total arrest made, 242. Now, this changes by the hour, but current inmates that we're holding in our jail, 363. I'll move on down now. Investigations, and this too is for the month of July, was 334. There were 56 traffic accidents that we helped in. Some we worked, some we helped the Tennessee Highway Patrol on. Motorist assist, 67 motorist assists in July. Move on down. Transporting non-arrest, so could be anything, 17. Transports that we had in custody, there was 44. Traffic stops, 394, and 911s, 89. So wasn't really that busy a July. Usually July is kind of, quote, hot month. Yeah. More ways than one. But still, it wasn't quiet either. It was so-so. Something I always like doing because I think it really would surprise a lot of people, especially hearing it for the first time, and that's our July court report. Now, we do have a division that's just court officers. They're certified law enforcement officers, but they work the courtrooms for security. And so, with that being said, the judicial services scanned and or searched, this is just the month of July, 5,486 people coming into the Bedford County Judicial Complex. Deputies maintained security for 40 separate court sessions with a total of 1,791 individual court cases. Deputies, while there, served 26 criminal or civil warrants and took 25 people into custody on warrants or court-related charges. Deputies also transported 150 inmates from court holdings to the courtroom. So that few officers that we have down there in court security.
Yeah, I was thinking July was the month they probably searched me because I had to go over there about the jury.
Yeah.
And so I had to go through the security thing.
Yeah, Benny's no exception.
That's right. You don't get a special pass, that's for sure.
Only way I get bites come through the backside. So anyway, but yeah, they are a very busy bunch, and I have people so often say, "Well, what they do? Just sit around down there?" I'm like, yeah. You need to come watch them.
I've seen the security cameras there. They watch as they're watching as people come in, and then as they entered, I watched several come through, and they make sure everything goes good, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, you're going to have some sit time, but, I mean, they can still watch the cameras and see if anything's going out in the parking lot or whatever,
Yeah. And that doesn't even count the ones that come to the sheriff's office.
Oh, no.
They don't do that for us. We have to fend for ourselves.
Yeah.
But if they come in for any of the court proceedings, as well as down to, say, Michelle Murray's office, they're going to have to go through that court security thing. And, there's probably a lot of people that says, well, for years we had it and didn't have that type of security. And that's true. But as we all know, it's a changing world, and it hasn't been that long ago. Coffee County inside the courthouse had a shooting.
Yeah. And it's a good precaution, because you think about it, just say, for instance, you got somebody that hurt one of your family members and you're going to court. A lot of times people are not thinking right in their clear head when something like that happens, and they might put something on them, a knife or a gun or something, and you've got that little protection to sort of keep most everybody safe. Yeah. And that's a good feeling to have, knowing that you're protected going in.
Absolutely, because that's the last thing you want to be is in a courtroom and guns start blazing.
Yeah, I know. I tell everybody, I say I used to go travel a lot in the airport, and because I'm dark-headed, you don't know how many times I got pulled out of line to get through search.
Well, you're lightening up there.
Yeah, I'm going to get a little gray in it, but, and I'm going, hey, man, why do you always have to get me?
You just had that.
I had that mafia look. What they tell me.
He's Italian.
Italian, that's it. Oh, mercy.
Well, I guess that we can lead in, and I know we have to take a break sometime.
Yeah,
so
we got about 5 minutes.
Okay, you just snap your finger or something, and I'll shut up. And the title of my program is, Has Technology Eclipsed Training? And that's a good question, and I would say somewhat it has. Of course, we're still training. We just have to keep the training up with the technology. Yeah. And for those of us that have been in law enforcement for 30 or more years, continue to marvel at the tools that today's officers have. And I guess maybe one of everybody's favorites is firearms and firearms-related gear. Benny, it was when I started, here we go, way back when, but when I started, you would have never thought about a flashlight being attached to your service weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, one thing, we were carrying revolvers back in. I'm not sure, unless you duct taped it, I'm not sure that you could get one on that. I guess you could, but today with the larger frames and the semi-automatics, they can fit them right on. But I mean, you never would have really thought about it, and we were even trained, speaking of training, on different ways to hold your lights. Hold it this way, hold it that way. And, of course, from year to year, that would change. Well, this way's better. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe this way's better. And it was kind of a back and forth thing. But quite honestly, and I'm just throwing this in, this is not part of the program, but I never was real wild about having a flashlight showing exactly where I was at in the middle of the night anyway.
Yeah,
I kind of like to keep them separated.
Yeah.
But, two, these lights that we have can light it up. I mean, it's almost like daylight. Yeah. So obviously you can shoot a lot better when you can see what you're shooting at. And but it's just, as I say, it's something that would have never entered our minds. It was nowhere at the police academy thought about at that point in time of anything about having a flashlight attached to your weapon.
Yeah, I think it's neat seeing it, because like when you're coming in a room and you've seen some of the videos I have of patrolmen doing it, and it's dark, and when they pull that gun and they shine around like that, they can see.
It is very.
Yeah, it's used to I've seen them. The old movie, they're holding.
Oh yeah,
I guess with the gun,
And they would come up with so many ways. One would hold it up here, and one was down here.
Way low. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if one or the other was any better or any worse, but it's kind of like when I started at the police department. Just like now, you held your gun belt and your weapon was on whichever your strong arm was, left or right. Mm-hmm. And then shortly thereafter, they came out with what they called a cross draw. And if I remember correctly, I'm thinking that even the Tennessee Highway Patrol went to the cross draw where you'd reach across to the other side, and I guess that was supposed to be better at the time. And then they realized that, well, all the bad guy has to do is reach out and grab the gun, so he's got maybe better access to it than you, so they went back. So many things like that back and forth over the years.
And I know the changes happen mainly because to keep y'all protected, but it also helps the people you're protecting be more safer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And technology, and a lot of the stuff like with the radio station, technology is getting way over my head.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to learn it as we go. And I'm saying it's the same way with y'all. Absolutely.
Yeah. As my oldest granddaughter tells me, I'm technologically challenged. So.
It takes the grandkids to show us.
Amen.
You're right. So now today in this new technology, what kind of weapons do most of the officers carry now?
Well, that's kind of interesting. I'll go back again when I started. I'm reliving the past day, I guess. But when I started with the Shelbyville Police Department, and I'm sure the Sheriff's Department was the same way, we had to buy our own weapons.
Okay.
And the only pistol I owned, and it was a nice one, it was a Browning semi-automatic made in Belgium, which is probably a collector's item now.
Yep.
But it was a .22 caliber, so obviously I had to get something else, and I ended up buying a .38 Special. It was actually a Colt Diamondback. And some of us had .38s. Some of us had .357 Magnums. Some of us had .44, some .45. No 22s, I don't think. But it was just amazing that every officer had a different weapon. And I remember a police department close by, that in that same area, a period of time, had to shoot a man, and it did take the man's life. And I think they shot him with 3 or 4 different caliber guns, and they ended up in a lawsuit over it because they weren't standard, didn't have a particular weapon that every officer carried.
Right.
And so it just wasn't a good thing, and it all came down to basically the departments being too cheap to buy their own officers a weapon. But again, that was a 6-shooter. Mostly now, everybody is carrying a semi-automatic, some Glock, some SIG, some probably maybe even Berettas and other things. I say Glock is probably by far the largest weapon that, as far as law enforcement is carried. We're actually carrying SIGs, but I think we may go to Glock. I believe the Shelbyville Police Department's already carrying Glock. Some 45, some 9s. We had actually gone to the .40 caliber when I came into the sheriff's office back in 2014. I, there again, wanted to get everybody using the same weapon and not different types and different calibers and that type of thing. So we went to the .40 caliber, and I think they were SIGs. But there was a problem with them, so SIG came in and said, well, okay, we're going to take these guns up, whatever y'all want. So we decided to go with a 9mm, and you say, well, the 9's not maybe as big or as powerful as the .40. It's pretty close, but the ammo had changed so much. I didn't realize ammo can make that much difference, but I know some of the government agencies, and I think the FBI being one of them, had gone back to the 9mm, and so that's what we did. We went back to the 9. Now, the Shelbyville Police, I'm pretty sure, carry .45 calibers, and that's a good weapon to carry. It's blunt, a lot of knockdown power, and it doesn't travel through 2 or 3 people.
Right.
But we just like the 9mm. And Benny, I always said this my whole career. I'd rather have a man shooting at me with a .44 Magnum that couldn't hit me as one shooting at me with a 25 or 22 that could hit me. So
yeah, I agree
that's
with that.
the main.
I agree with that. I'll tell you what, let's stop right there.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get Chase to take us to break, and we'll be right back.
At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on, right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your local community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Here at Farm Credit Mid-America, we want to get to know you and your story. We are a member-owned cooperative offering a range of loan products. So when you find that incredible land tract that you've been longing for that fits into your story, give me a call, Jonathan Boyce, at 931-212-0101, or come by and see me, 1908 Madison Street, here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care. Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com.
This is Benny Pulley, behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. I'm here with Austin Swing, Bedford County Sheriff. Glad to have you, Austin. And we're going to get back into talking about guns. We was talking about the pistols, and now we're going to talk about shotguns. Now, I know used to they carry them in the trunk. Are they still carrying shotguns?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Maybe more no now than yes. 12-gauge pumps. Believe it or not, and I was talking about we always had to furnish our own pistols back in the day. Mm-hmm. That was one thing they furnished was a shotgun. You had a 12-gauge, more than likely Remington pump shotgun in every car. Of course, you probably had anywhere from 5 to 10 officers sharing a car, and so they did equip them with those. But we did have those accessible, and some still do. And you're looking at one. I've still got a shotgun, and I don't carry it in the trunk because I don't have one, but I do. It's an SUV, and I do have a shotgun in there.
You carry the floor-mounted one, the one where you mounted in the floor?
Well, I should, but no, I've actually got it in the back there.
Okay.
Is where I've got mine because I just didn't want it sitting up there beside me. Revolvers, in the same way they've given way to semi-automatic, shotguns have sort of given way to patrol rifles. I guess one of the biggest reasons that so many departments now have gone to patrol rifles is because, frankly, we were outgunned by the bad guys. And that never came out any more clearly. And the reason I remember this so well, I was in the FBI Academy. If you recall, it was in 97. It was either January, February, or March, because that's when I was down there, up there, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was when those guys in Los Angeles had robbed, I think, a bank.
Yeah, I remember they out on the street.
Yeah, they were were shooting police cars and police officers all to pieces with those semi-automatics. And, of course, they, too, were protected by body armor, and they just it was a bloodbath, really. And before they finally got the two guys before they killed them, basically. Right. And to this day, because they say on the autopsies those guys had no drugs in them, anything like that. But both of them were shot all to pieces and still fighting back. And that's kind of how we train our officers to be. But I think going back to the patrol rifle, that's when a lot of departments said, we've got to get that. And lo and behold, right here in Middle Tennessee, it wasn't too long after that, and I'm guessing 3 to 5 years. Same thing in Franklin. Now, it didn't turn out to be the bloodbath, but they had the bad guys had the automatic rifles, assault rifles, whatever, and once again, the police were dangerously outgunned. So that is the real reason, I think, or the main reason that now we, like everybody else, have gone to patrol rifles. Yeah. Now, they're called patrol rifles to make them sound good.
Right, but it should be more like your AR-15s.
They're an assault rifle.
Assault rifles,
but they're made for police. And we definitely, our officers are trained with them. And they're very accurate, and they're good. But I still carry the shotgun. That's my choice, because nothing gets an attention like the rack of a 12. Everybody gets quiet.
Yeah, buddy.
You can have mayhem going, and you rack that thing, and I'll guarantee you.
Yeah, because it's one thing about it. When a shotgun goes off, you better be out of the way if you're in close proximity.
Well, you shoot double alt buck, and I think you've got, Kevin Roddy may correct me on this, but about 8 .32 caliber bullets coming out one time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of firepower.
Oh, yeah. It's just, it's amazing what it'll do.
And, of course, we have, like in mine, I've got slugs and double alt.
Right.
And stack them the way you want them. But, the shotguns are still with us.
Yeah, now, are they still using a lot of the laser optics on the guns with the little laser red light,
We are. The red dot optics. And, tell you a story. We, as far as I know, was the second department, only two, the University of Florida Police Department. Okay. They were the first, and then we were the second to put those red dot optics on our firearms. And it was actually sort of controversial a little bit, because we had sent an officer to the police academy, and they weren't going to let him qualify with them because it was like cheating. Well, I'm like, how do you cheat in a gunfight,
Yeah, especially for the law officer.
Yeah, and now, there's a lot of departments that have gone to the red dot optics, and it's just like, this is just part of it. But that's a true story.
Yeah.
It was almost, I thought we was going to have to send him another weapon down there to qualify with, because they felt like it was cheating.
But it does help you aim better at what you're shooting at. And so I think anything that you can help a law officer who's protecting us to be able to do his job better, you need to do it.
Exactly.
And you was giving them that ability.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when I qualify every year, and actually I usually go to Williamson County and with a lot of other sheriffs and qualify together. And I do it with 2 different weapons. The one I've got on I wear with my uniform, which is red dot. But I also qualify with the weapon, which is a Smith & Wesson MP, 9mm, that has iron sights, regular sights. And it's 2 totally different. Pretty much everybody knows how you aim with iron sights with one eye, but the red dot, you keep both eyes open.
Yeah.
And what you're looking at and what the dot's on is what it's going to hit.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to keep that in mind. I usually do the red dot first and then go to iron sights. Well, last year, I got down there. I think my battery had gotten low or something, which was my fault. I should have had it changed before I went. And I thought, I'm in trouble because this red dot's not working right, and I'm missing the target. And if I don't qualify, then I've got to do it all over again. So I looked through the glass, that's where my red dot was, but forgot about this little, it wasn't really a dot, it was just a red glow, and shot with iron sights, and I qualified. So with a red dot, you can still shoot with your iron sights, is the point I'm trying to make. If it goes out, or if you're a dummy and like I was and let the battery run down, you can still shoot, just you got to look through and use your iron sights rather than your red dots. So.
Yeah. Well, we got about a minute or two. Mainly what you're saying is that technology is helping our departments do a better job at what they do.
It is, but you got to keep up with the training.
Yeah, you got to be trained.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
we're very fortunate. Our training officer is Lieutenant Roddy, and not only does he keep up with our training, amongst other things, but he actually goes to the police academy pretty often. I've been thinking about calling down there and see if the director will chip in on his paycheck.
There you go.
But no, I'm just kidding. But he does. He goes to help. He helps the police academy train a lot on obviously firearms courses, but other things as well, because he's over our SWAT, and so he's very knowledgeable in that type of stuff. So luckily we are able to keep up with technology, but it's something you got to do this day and time because it's changing in a hurry.
I know we've got a SWAT team. I'm just curious, how many men do we have on our SWAT team?
I'm thinking six. That's why I'm probably telling you wrong, but I'm thinking 6 because it kind of fluctuate, and I know we lost a couple, and I think gained one, and it's just kind of in that area.
Got you. Well, you got anything else you'd like to say before we head out?
No, I guess not. It's just like I say, your training's got to keep up with the technology in this day and time. That's not always easy.
I know, everything's a-changing. And as they say, we got to change with it.
That's right. Or get left behind.
That's right. Well, we want to thank you, Mr. Austin, for coming out and being with us today and telling us a little bit about what's going on in the county. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or your business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Here at Farm Credit Mid-America, we want to get to know you and your story. We are a member-owned cooperative offering a range of loan products. So when you find that incredible land tract that you've been longing for that fits into your story, give me a call, Jonathan Boyce, at 931-212-0101, or come by and see me, 1908 Madison Street, here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company, 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Follow what's happening with WLIJ on Instagram at